Have you ever sensed it? That quiet transformation when you start to evolve, not merely changing but becoming something entirely new. The world around you seems to pull back as if your growth disrupts some invisible equilibrium. Those who were once closest to you now observe with eyes that shift between fascination and worry. Their smiles persist, but something else hovers beneath the surface. A tension you can almost feel. What is it about authentic transformation that disturbs the waters around us? They'll never speak it directly. Of course, the unease comes wrapped in laughter in well-intentioned guidance that somehow feels like gravity drawing you back to familiar territory. In quiet moments, you might catch a glimpse of the truth. Their fear isn't of you, but of what your awakening exposes about the choices they haven't made. When you begin to expand beyond the boundaries of who you once were, you become an unwilling mirror. Each step you take into new territory reflects back the paths others left unexplored. Have you noticed this silent bargaining? A question forms in the space between what was and what could be. What price are you willing to pay for becoming? The masses prefer conformity, safety, and sameness. A mind that bends to match its surroundings finds easy acceptance. But a mind that stands firm, that chooses its own shape regardless of pressure. This mind knows a different kind of strength. The first cost of transformation is often solitude. Not isolation, but the sacred space where your voice can finally be heard without echo. Nietzsche understood this terrain well. The individual has always had to struggle to keep from being overwhelmed by the tribe. What if this temporary loneliness isn't abandonment but initiation? Consider the nature of suffering not as punishment but as sculptor. You need chaos inside you to give birth to a dancing star, Nietzsche whispered. Across time, when have your deepest revelations emerged? From comfort or from the crucible? The moments that broke you open, loss, failure, heartbreak. Each one carved away something that wasn't truly you, revealing something stronger, more essential beneath. Da Vinci knew this landscape intimately. Born without birthright, denied formal education, facing societal rejection, he transformed limitation into vision. When security vanished, his mind remained unshackled. He didn't create despite his suffering. He created through it. What might your pain be trying to forge within you? In the chaos of ancient Rome, a ruler sat each night with his journal. Marcus Aurelius faced plague, war, betrayal, and grief, not with escape, but with presence. You have power over your mind, not outside events, he reminded himself. His resilience wasn't immunity to suffering, but mastery of response. The Stoic emperor didn't seek to avoid life's storms, but learned to navigate them with wisdom. He chose reason over reaction, justice over vengeance. His meditations weren't written for history, but as private counsel, reminders to himself during his darkest hours. What wisdom might your challenges be writing into your soul right now? A resilient mind isn't one that never bends, but one that chooses its own shape. It doesn't follow paths out of obligation or fear, but crafts direction from within. Epictetus, born into slavery, discovered freedom in the one realm no one could claim: his mind. Despite physical chains, he studied philosophy and eventually taught others that true constraint comes not from circumstance, but from how we perceive it. Make the best use of what is in your power, and take the rest as it happens. His resilience wasn't rebellion against reality, but mastery within it. He found sovereignty not in controlling events, but in governing his response. What parts of your life have you surrendered to circumstance that might actually be waiting for your authorship? There's a particular solitude that accompanies strength, not chosen isolation, but the natural distance that forms when you begin to see with different eyes. The crowd grows uneasy around a mind that refuses to bend to collective comfort. Robert Greene observed that self-reliance is perhaps our most essential power. In the quiet spaces beneath the noise of approval, seeking your authentic voice emerges, sometimes as a whisper at first. Some connections may fade as you transform. Not everyone is meant to walk every stretch of your path. But in releasing relationships built on who you once were, you create space, form connections that honor who you're becoming. Is there a deeper belonging waiting beyond the fear of standing apart? Society has subtle mechanisms for maintaining sameness. Courage gets labeled as arrogance, independence as coldness, depth as darkness, intensity as danger. These distortions aren't conspiracy, but human nature, the instinctive protection of the familiar. When you choose depth over surface, substance over appearance, you'll find resistance isn't personal but archetypal. Your presence becomes a mirror reflecting what others have chosen not to see. Their discomfort isn't your burden to carry. What aspects of yourself have you dimmed to make others comfortable? What truth waits within you? Patient but persistent. The cultivation of an unshakable mind demands payment not in currency, but in releasing what no longer serves your becoming. You'll shed illusions, outgrow dreams that were never truly yours, decline opportunities that require your submission. The reward isn't invulnerability but clarity, not immunity to pain but intimacy with purpose. This strength doesn't arrive fully formed but is forged in small, often unseen choices. Moments when you choose truth over comfort, growth over familiarity, presence over escape. What beckons you forward even as something within resists? Perhaps you're listening because something in these words resonates with a knowing already alive within you. This journey toward resilience isn't random. It's a response to a call. Through darkness, you discover light you couldn't otherwise perceive. In solitude, you find a voice that can't be heard in noise. By facing what others avoid, you develop sight that sees beyond surface. Embracing uncertainty cultivates wisdom that certainty never yields. Standing alone reveals strengths that conformity conceals. Navigating chaos builds capacity that comfort never demands. What dormant capacities within you are waiting for the courage to awaken? When you stand at the crossroads between who you've been and who you might become, what whispers to you from the unexplored path? And if you were to listen, really listen, what might you hear? Thank you for exploring the surreal mind with me. Please subscribe and give the video a like. Until next time, see you in the next dimension.